Hello, everyone, and welcome into Fridays with Phil. I'm Phil Mayo, and I would like to share with you 5 minutes of biblical insight to help you along the way. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. Revelation 5 opens the second part of the throne room scene. After a detailed description of the throne room, John's attention is drawn to a scroll held in the right hand of the one seated on the throne. What this scroll represents, we will come back to in a moment. A cry goes out from the throne room. Who is worthy to open the scroll and to break its seals? The key word here is worthy, which will appear again in 5:4, 9, and 12. John writes, "But no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth could open the scroll or even look inside it." In response, John says, "I wept and wept because no one was found who was worthy to open the scroll or look inside." This is an intentionally dramatic moment in the apocalypse. The scene has been building with much pomp and circumstance. It's important to remember that this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. We have now transitioned from the Lord who stands in the midst of the golden candlesticks to the slain Lamb who stands in the midst of the throne. This dramatic moment in which no one can be found worthy to open the scroll serves to emphasize the magnitude of what has been accomplished on the cross. The death and resurrection of Jesus Christ has inaugurated God's final purpose for the world. It has initiated the last days, the end of all things. What then does this scroll represent? We must first ask how the original readers might have understood the image. We've already seen that the number 7 has considerable significance in Revelation. This is not only true of Revelation, but also the Bible as a whole. 7 is the number of completion and represents fullness. Here is a scroll, which is a typical reading and writing instrument of the day, that is sealed with 7 seals. Wills of the day were often sealed with 7 seals and were not to be opened till the proper time and by the authorized person. The scroll also has writing on both sides. This too was a common feature of documents such as contracts or wills, so that a person could have an idea of the content inside. Here it may suggest fullness or totality of God's purpose to be revealed. The fact that the scroll is in the right hand of the one seated on the throne suggests it represents God's purpose extending from his authority. Later in chapter 6, the Lamb begins to open the sealed scroll. The opening of the seals is not the revelation of its contents, but what will allow the contents to be revealed. However, the opening of the 7 seals does start a cycle of sevens that ends with the 7 bowls of chapter 16. Both Paul and the writer of Hebrews liken the transition from the Old to the New Covenant as the opening of a will. The New Covenant, God's will, could only be put into effect by Christ's death and resurrection. This may be the kind of imagery being used in Revelation. The scroll in Revelation, however, likely represents something more precise than just the New Covenant. It represents what was indicated in Revelation 1:1, the revelation from Jesus Christ, which God gave to him to show his servants what must soon take place. It is a revelation given in response to the needs of the persecuted and struggling churches of Asia. However, it also encompasses a valid message for us today. It gives us a glimpse into the real reality of what is happening in the spirit realm and what hope awaits those who keep the faith. There is so much more to unpack in this scene, so next week we'll continue our discussion of the Lamb who is worthy. Won't you join me? Thank you, and God bless you.